Fake Goodwin here, and eventually we will. So click that like to rank up my video, subscribe to return for more, and share it to circulate it. Bring me more exposure. But this is my long overdue review of The Boys Season 1. The Boys is a highly entertaining TV series based off a comic book by Garth Ennis of the same name. The Boys is full of violence, gore, blood, sexual content, adult humor, dark humor, action-packed, comedic, well-weaved together story and plot, and with incredibly damaged, flawed, layered characters to say the least. I'm not familiar with the source material. Yeah, if I was, I'm pretty sure I'd be making a lot of really harsh judgments towards this show because, for instance, you know, I can't stand the X-Men movies, the departures they make. I was a huge fan of the 90s animated series that led me into discovering the comics and where the X-Men really came from and all that. And I just hold harsh criticisms towards something that comes off unfamiliar to its source material. Now, so comment down below if there's anything you recognize, anything in here that is a big departure from the comics, any of that. Let me know. It might change my. Maybe I'll go read the comics and stuff like that later on, and it'll change my judgment of this here. I don't think you have to do it by the book, exactly. But I do think to a certain extent, you have to respect the people that made this possible, the fans of their original material. And with that said, I don't know how close this is, how disrespectful it may be to that material, but I do understand you got to be original and stuff. I never expected to be exactly by the book. You do have to be fresh and give people surprises. With all that said, The Boys is just fascinating. It's a really, really incredible, relevant reflection to modern times and a mirror version of a corrupt Justice League. In this world, heroes are celebrities used to push political and corporate agendas. To me, it reflects Hollywood and Disney today, as people practically abuse their platforms as entertainers to just preach, lecture, and do everything but be entertaining, mostly just when it comes to the marketing of these things and public perception. This feels like something Disney would do. What happens here in this show, this feels like something Disney would do in real life if they had their own superheroes. They would cover up things and protect their own and so on. So I'm not gonna spoil too much about this, but this is based on the seven. Uh, so basically, this revolves around seven heroes that are very much like the Justice League, and they they are loved, adored, and worshipped by the world. And corporations are in charge of them. Merchandise and all this PR. It's just really interesting and fascinating. So this fanboy Huey joins the boys, normal individuals, to bring down the heroes that people think of the world of, that everybody loves and adores, as I said. Even he did. He had like a room of merchandise, toys, posters, and he discovers his heroes are awful monsters that people think can do no wrong. So this is all about him teaming up with the boys to bring them down, bring the heroes down. And on the other side of things, you get to see the inner workings of the heroes as you see Starlight, who's this wholesome woman, aspires to join the Seven. She wants to do good, do the right thing. Her dream becomes a nightmare when she discovers her heroes are villains behind the scenes. They aren't what the public thinks. So, this show, it's It's funny, action-packed, brutal, dark. There's some uncomfortable sexual content. There's a fair share of sexual content. Some Sometimes it feels like they hold back to save face, but there are also sometimes it just feels like they don't go far enough, but sometimes it feels like they're holding back, and there are some moments like woke behavior that just don't seem viable in the reality of the show. So it comes off as they're trying to preach or something, because I don't buy for a fact that some men are going to tell this superpowered Wonder Woman that can tear them to pieces to you know show them her boobs in front of a child too. I don't buy that that's going to happen in the reality of the show, but so there are some of those little moments where could be taken as being preached to, but overall the plot is incredibly fascinating to watch. To watch this unfold, and the end is amazing. It leaves you wanting more. It's fascinating to watch all the stuff the corporate side of things does. All the things they have to do to protect their company and cover up stuff. And it's 8 episodes. It slows down a bit in the middle, but it's easy to tread through for the payoffs. The payoffs are absolutely worth it. There are all kinds of interesting characters in here. Homelander is wild. This dude is just fun to watch. And there's some characters in here that are just like the Deep, A-Train. Those are characters I find really unlikable, but there's layered aspects to them where there are moments where they are actually likable, or moments where you're like, take it easy on them. So it's a pretty well-rounded show. It's just awesome. It really is awesome and refreshing, and this is my opinion of what Disney would do in reality if they had real life superheroes. That because it kind of feels like that's what they're already doing with celebrities. So in this world, the heroes are the celebrities. They're used to push those political and corporate agendas, and that's what happens in reality today. You get all this. It's mostly, like I said, it's mostly around the marketing stuff. But this show right here, it's top-notch action, well acted. It is really well acted. These You gotta hand it to everybody involved with this one. It is really good. Now, with all that said, I recommend getting out there and seeing it. It is a solid 9 out of 10 in my opinion. That number would drop lower. I'm more than sure that number would drop lower if I was familiar with the source material. That I wouldn't rate it this high. So keep that in mind too if you're an actual fan of the comic. But awesome. Awesome show. 9 out of 10. Like, subscribe, share. And I kind of feel like I'm missing something really important as I'm trying to depart here. And for the life of me, I can't think what that is. But, yeah, I guess stay awesome. Rock on.